Hop là. Une bonne chose de faite. Bon. Bonsoir, chers amis. C'est Deaso et on se retrouve donc ce soir pour ce nouveau live sur honkaistarrail. On est donc prêt à nous lancer dans la suite de cette petite aventure. Enfin, petite aventure. Bon, on n'est pas à la 3e année, non. On peut pas dire ça, parce que nous n'avons pas commencé le premier jour, évidemment. Contrairement à Zen Zone 0. Donc, c'est quand même 3 ans de jeu, donc on a fait au moins 2 ans de let's play déjà, donc voilà. Donc, on est donc là pour nous lancer dans cette nouvelle quête d'histoire. Philosophie du touriste, première partie de cette nouvelle section. Donc on va aller voir le petit résumé. C'était le résumé de l'histoire. Voilà.
After defeating Sparksy at the Graphia Academy, I followed Himiko to the Imagenesis room, tucked away on the campus, where records of the Herald of Death incident were stored. There, we ran into Himiko's father, Ryusuke, and the two parted on bad terms after the conversation.
Ça a l'air tellement dramatique comme ça, en vrai c'était plus marrant que dramatique.
During a tour of the Express, the two put aside their differences temporarily. Afterward, we received an invitation from Pearl. She wanted to discuss a partnership with me as a fellow supplicant, and invited me to visit her company, Perlux Corp. At Perlux Tower, we had a friendly spar with the superheroes, the Daybreak Squadron, and a tour of the Mechatron production process. Pearl suggested that we join forces and host an Astral Express-themed convention, Star Rail Fest, to lure out the remaining supplicants.
Ouais. Là, c'était un combat amical encore contre ces gens.
Pearl also ordered Detective Ashvale to look for leads on the new Herald of Death case. The detective's relentless pursuit eventually led him to his prime suspect, the charity organization known as the Research Society of Happy Smiles. Both Ashvale and Kuchiba witnessed the uncanny ability of Foolwish, president of the Smile Society, to stir up a crowd. Realizing Foolwish was attempting to interfere with the Phantasmoon games, the two paid a visit to Ashvale's old acquaintance, Cinderborn of the Daybreak Squadron. During the conversation with Cinderborn, Ashvale sensed a deep, dark secret behind the happiness surgery that the Society offered to its members to erase their pain. On the day of the Star Rail Fest, we were invited to the exhibition as special guests. During our visit, we ran into the mysterious Evanescence.
Oui, elle nous est rentrée dedans.
She also happened to be a hardcore fan of the comic series The Fluffy. So, we ended up exploring the festival dedicated to the Express together.
Et le sang arc-en-ciel. Mais est-ce que c'est vraiment le sang ou c'est juste un bain?
As we passed through the Xianzhou Law Fu exhibition area, the Daybreak Warriors challenged us as supplicants. Their provocation was accompanied by a smear campaign against me from Foolwish TV. The Daybreak Warriors launched a massive attack with the reanimated Mega Mechatron, Alloy King Pom Pom. When all seemed lost, Ashvale unleashed his power and broke through the enemy's offensive. However, he also tore open a fissure in space during the process, which took everyone down into an unknown abandoned station. The being hiding deep within the abandoned station stirred restlessly, twisting and ripping at space. Thankfully, Pearl was able to rescue us with her timely intervention. Little did we know, Things were about to get worse with Ashvale's terrible revelation. The happiness surgery was actually implanting the flesh of abominations of abundance into Smile's society members.
Planter la chair des abominations d'abondance. Ça, il l'avait pas dit. Ça, il ne l'avait pas dit. Bon, et un petit spoil. Je vais le rendre directement ici. Bon, ce n'était évidemment pas tout. Vu que la lune a fait sa petite annonce. Juste après ça. Bon. Justement, un débâcle alors. On va revoir cette partie. Quel rire divin. La lune annonce un prix supplémentaire. Vas-y. On peut revoir la dernière séquence.
Now that everyone
has made
their appearance,
no need
to keep further secrets
what you can
as a spark
must grow
to wildfire.
as an extra one of these
Fantasy games
shall receive all
of my authority more than a thin minute.
to become
The true permanent
one of elation. As such, it's time to revel in unabated joy.
Il a tout dit. Il est temps de savourer une joie sans limite. Le vainqueur de ce tour héritera de toute l'autorité d'Aha, devenant ainsi le véritable éternel Aion de l'allégresse. Ouh. Il a tout dit. L'enfoiré, il cachait son jeu depuis le début. C'est digne de la Lionne de l'allégresse. Bon, et donc on va enchaîner directement après cette scène, normalement. Oh, il y a March qui est là un peu en PS. C'est qui, toi? Salut Bleu Bleu, quel temps fait-il aujourd'hui? Tu peux pas faire toi-même? Ah oui, c'est vrai, tu n'as pas Dieu. Et Bleu Bleu, pourquoi tu m'ignores? Peut-être on te parle, pourquoi tu l'ignores? Ah oui, c'est vrai que tu n'as pas de bouche. Bon, il se passe des choses. Parlons à March.
Wait, did you hear that? The moon just spoke!
I'm not hearing things, am I? The Master of Elation is here?
Hurry, make a wish. It might actually come true.
Hang on. This isn't right. Is it? Oh, that winking moon up there in the sky. It just spoke. For real. Oh, hey, it wasn't just me, was it? You heard that too, right?
Tout le monde ici l'a entendu. Le monde entier l'a entendu.
I heard it too.
Oui, on a vu d'ailleurs il y avait un broadcast avec Exosue sur un mur qui a fait une tête pas mal aussi. Tout le monde a été surpris.
That's why I came straight back for you. The winner of these Phantasmoon games shall inherit all my authority and become the true, permanent Aeon of Elation. Which means...
Kara a changé la récompense.
Precisely. Aha has raised the stakes. The final winner will inherit the authority of Elation itself.
Are you serious? This is so wild. It doesn't even feel real anymore.
Every time a path has vanished or been absorbed, the cosmic turmoil has lasted for dozens of Amber eras. The transfer of an Aeon's divine authority. How could that ever amount to a mere wager, lightly traded in a single world's game?
Quoi, ferait-il une chose pareille?
The most logical explanation is that Aha wants to steer this game toward utter insanity. But then, who can possibly fathom the mind of an Aeon?
C'est la première fois que je prenne cette tournure?
Not every Phantom Moon game's ending has been recorded. Many were lost to time, most likely a consequence of the winners exercising their newfound divine authority. But as far as recorded history goes, this is unprecedented. After all, the chance to be an Eon for just 1 minute is already an irresistible lure for many.
Quelque chose cloche.
Exactly. It's just too weird. Can you really just give up being an Eon? What if this is just a big prank by those masked fools?
In the historical records, instances of the Phantom Moon speaking are few and far between, and the likelihood of it being influenced by an external force is exceedingly slim.
Quel est l'intérêt de tout ça?
Basically, unless what the Phantom Moon said is some cruel joke or a play on words, once the games are over, a new god will be born. One of unknown identity, unknown morality, and unknown purpose. They won't be a guest with a 1-minute pass to the Elation theme park. They will be its new owner. They may spread good fortune and steer the great wheel of the cosmos toward hope. Or they may be a god of utter malice, mocking all who stand against the destruction, intent on dragging the universe into an abyss of despair.
A dû entendre mon vœu.
You wished that if you won the Phantom Moon games, Aha would become the new leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance. Perhaps Aha heard your idea and decided to pack up and flee in the middle of the night.
Il a pensé de mettre les voiles. Oui, ça doit être ça. Hein. Moi, je parie là-dessus. Hein. Honnêtement. Hein.
No way! It's Baseball, Raccoon, March Bunny, and Hime Cat in the flesh! Oh, what are they doing here?
I couldn't even get a ticket to Star Rail Fest.
Il est fan.
I'm seeing them right here on the street.
Whoa. Where did all these people come from?
Hey, that declaration the Phantom Moon mentioned was about you, right? What are you gonna do? Got any kind of moon landing plans in the works?
You should just hit it with your bat! Send that thing spinning into a black hole at the edge of the cosmos!
C'est bad, enfin, un club de golf, tu sais. Pourquoi je ferais ça?
You smash anyone who stands in your way with that bat! The way they say it makes you sound like a supervillain. Uh-oh. You don't think that fight with the Daybreak Squadron made everyone turn on us, do you?
Come on, isn't that basically your trademark? You beat the Daybreak Warriors senseless.
Oh! All these big shots from across the cosmos, fighting to the death right in our backyard. It's gonna be epic!
No.
Epic. Are you brain dead? One wrong move from them and we're in serious trouble. Just like what happened with the Herald of Death years ago.
Sign this for me, future Eon!
Un petit autographe, putain.
When you become an Eon, can I be your Emanator?
Allez, j'arrive à des pouvoirs.
We should get away from this mess. Let's head back to the Express and discuss matters there.
Ça passe des choses. Putain, après on va jouer des coups pour vous faufiler dans la foule. C'est qui pourrait influencer cette lune? Personne, justement, c'est le souci.
You're back.
Enfin, il y a peut-être 1% de chance. Attends, elle a dit qu'il y a peut-être 1% de chance.
Himiko messaged me. She filled me in on the Star Rail Fest and the Phantom Moon's declaration. Things really are changing fast.
C'est vrai que ça fait juste 1 heure, hein, genre, que ça s'est terminé. Hein. Vous avez risque de commencer à retourner leur veste. Les jeux est d'autant plus important maintenant.
To prevent the divine authority from falling into the wrong hands, the supplicants may go to any lengths now with their tactics and actions. After all, in most people's minds, they alone are the ones best suited to wield power. Right or wrong has little to do with it. Such is the nature of human will.
Le mal et le bien, ça dépend toujours de la personne de la personne en question. Le mal et le bien, ce ne sont pas des concepts fixes.
Yeah, and that may be exactly what the Phantom Moon wishes to see. A spectacular, head-on battle of ambitions.
Madame Pearl has sent a communication request to the Astral Express. Accept transmission?
It hasn't been long since we parted, and here I am disturbing you once more. My sincerest apologies.
Please, there's no need to apologize. Given the urgency of this transmission, Madame Pearl, I assume you wish to discuss the Phantom Moon's recent declaration.
Nothing manipulates people's emotions quite like that moon in the sky. A permanent handover of divine authority. It is unprecedented.
I can't help but wonder whether some malicious presence lurks behind the Phantom Moon. Still, who else but the Elation themselves could wield such control over it?
In any case, the Phantom Moon's speech has made the public realize that the power to create a god is in their hands. Their emotions, and perhaps even their wish power, are swelling to historic levels. The Department of Aberration Defense even detected a surge of agitation and unrest among the Imaginae.
C'est la première fois qu'on voit l'abréviation DDA pour le département de défense des aberrations, je crois.
When normal people believe power rests in their hands, their decisions tend to grow more radical and reckless. Please, be careful, and make sure to protect yourselves.
Disons le souvent radicalisme. Ben, de grands pouvoirs impliquent de grandes responsabilités et de faire de grands changements, évidemment. Enfin, pas forcément des changements, mais bon, on veut faire quelque chose. Malheureusement, on fait pas d'omelette sans casser des œufs. Et à notre sécurité.
Correct. It would be wise to keep a low profile and stay out of the public eye. The Media and Public Relations Department has been monitoring public sentiment. At present, speculation and criticism regarding the Astral Express are surging.
I've seen it online myself. Following the fight with the Daybreak Warriors, there's been no shortage of hostile commentary aimed at her. A commentary program on TV has been claiming the Express's adventures are nothing but stories fabricated by the IPC. Many believe the Astral Express is oppressing the local heroes, and some are even speculating that she is the new Herald of Death.
What the? What's wrong with these people?
These narratives are undoubtedly being amplified by media platforms steered by Full Wish. I've received a report from the Security Bureau. They tell me that many fans of the Daybreak Squadron have been stirred up and are threatening retaliation against the Express. I'll reinforce security in case agitators attempt to storm the station.
T'es capable de contrôler l'opinion publique, n'est-ce pas?
I can, but you overestimate what control really means. In the arena of public opinion, those who look strong are often the ones at a disadvantage. And besides, you'll be distancing yourself from us for a while. Isn't that right? That is accurate. We intend to scale back our public association for the time being. If it's confirmed that the Express is colluding with the IPC, its public image would only deteriorate further.
C'est vrai que c'est vraiment passé pendant le combat.
Regrettably, Regrettably, I cannot agree to this. Clarifying the facts amid a frenzy of public sentiment is like trying to quell boiling water by stirring it. It only fuels the flames.
Ben, c'est comme mettre de l'huile comme jeter de l'eau dans un feu. Ça fait pff, et les flammes décuplent.
The happiness surgery causes recipients to undergo an abundance transformation. Disclosing such sensational information would probably be taken as a hoax or trigger public panic.
Ouais. Ouais, si on lance les infos maintenant, ça va pas très bien se passer.
I will instruct the Department of Aberration Defense to verify the true mechanism behind the happiness surgery as soon as possible and assess its potential impact. I strongly advise you to exercise restraint in front of the media. Even the smallest statement can be selectively edited and misrepresented.
Ah, que ce soit là, tout ça.
That much is certain. Still, given the current volatility of public sentiment, please exercise caution and self-control. I sincerely hope that the Phantasmoon's declaration will not disrupt the goodwill between us. A greater danger still stands before us. After listening to the declaration, who knows what extremes Fullwish might be driven to. Affairs demand my attention, so I must excuse myself. Should there be further developments, I will keep you apprised.
What do you make of the current situation?
We need to take action and put a stop to Fullwish before things get even worse. Even if I'd never joined the Phantasmoon Games, I'd still make this decision.
On va le faire pour Scott.
Whatever her excuse is, killing others as if it's just a game is beyond forgiveness.
Agreed. Given the likelihood of Fullwish acting unpredictably, we should confront her with everything we have. That reminds me, I've been wondering, the happiness surgery taps into the power of abundance, yet Fullwish seems perfectly normal. Just, how did she get her hands on something so dangerous?
Perhaps it's the lingering poison left behind by the previous Herald of Death.
Le héros de la mort.
15 years ago, the monster who turned living flesh into his artwork would, in the heat of combat, slip into bouts of frenzied elation and delirium. The murderous mark he left behind, the bloody bloom, was no mere delusion. According to his interrogation transcripts, he claimed to witness a brilliant golden tree, promising him everlasting life.
L'arbre sacré de la cour fable lunaire.
I cannot say whether the vision this madman claimed to see corresponds to something real, but the possibility cannot be ruled out. He claimed that in his hallucinations, the golden tree's branches coiled around him, drowning him in frenzy and pleasure. He wanted its blossoms to bloom before all, and to bring about that miracle, he was willing to slaughter without restraint. In hindsight, it's clear that the Herald of Death was a supplicant who bore the power of abundance. The tragedy he orchestrated in plain Arcadia ultimately forged another version of himself. Fullwish. Right now, in plain Arcadia, how many have undergone the happiness surgery and turned into potential abominations of abundance? It's a terrifying thought. Fullwish. What has happened to you over the years? Hiding behind these innocent people. What are you really trying to accomplish? I need more information about this junior of mine. I plan to head to Graphia Academy. Care to join me? If we're to investigate Fullwish, We need to examine the traces left behind from the Herald of Death incident that took place during the last Phantasmoon Games. The recollections of teachers and the student records sealed away by the school. We're bound to find a vital clue there.
Personne tous les secrets d'Exosway. Allons-y.
If you're set, let's get moving.
Allez, on y va. Je pense que on va arriver plus ou moins un peu plus d'une heure. Après, on s'arrêtera. Déjà hier, on a lavé plus longtemps que de raison. Ça me tombait sur des quêtes inattendues. On va essayer de s'embrouiller un peu mieux. Dès qu'on aura une coupure, dès qu'on aura 23 heures passées, dès qu'il y aura une coupure, où je me dis, voilà, là c'est le moment de couper, on coupera.
Well, after that so-called dream campus experience, we've ended up back at Graphia Academy. It's almost like revisiting the place after graduation.
Réveille-toi, Marche.
Wait a minute. This nostalgia isn't an after effect of the Sparksy virus, right?
Don't worry, Marge. The Department of Aberration Defense conducted a comprehensive disinfection of the campus.
That's a relief. The last thing I need is to be mid-investigation and suddenly morph into some hopping, dancing mushroom rabbit.
La pignon.
Speaking of which, where should we begin our investigation into Full Wish?
On va commencer par les professeurs, ils doivent bien connaître la situation. Commencez par parler au directeur.
Should we go and find Mr. Ryusuke first?
It's only appropriate that we obtain permission
Oui,
from the
déjà.
dean before proceeding with the investigation. 15 years have passed, but there should be a backup of the student files, work logs, or visitor records. And only he knows where they're stored. Let's go then. To the dean's office.
Les étudiants de pédagogie, étudiants de punk lord en échange. Oh. Ah oui, c'est vrai que c'est ici. C'est la secrétaire du directeur. C'est vrai que lui, il est là maintenant. Portrait dans le coin, c'est Perle, non?
Himeko! There you are at last. The news said you got into a huge fight with those, what are they called? Warriors at the Floating Isle exhibition. And then you disappeared. Let me see. You're not hurt anywhere, are you? I sent you a dozen messages, and you didn't reply to a single one. Do you have any idea how worried I was? But seeing that you've come to tell me you're safe in person, I'll let this slide. If you're really so preoccupied, a message or a call would do, you know. Ah, it's you two. On the news as well. Valiantly fought, huh? These Megatron warriors don't know who they're messing with. To think they dare challenge my daughter's subordinates.
Well, now it feels like we're the underlings of Warlord Himeko or something.
In any case, I'll leave Himeko in your hands. Please try to keep her out of combat.
D'accord, papy, c'est comme si c'était fait, papy. Ne vous inquiétez pas.
Stop, stop! free time you and she get together, the conversation somehow drifts completely off course. I'm fine. I'm good. Your daughter's no porcelain doll. We came here to...
I know. I understand. You didn't come as my daughter. Rather, I am currently speaking to the navigator of the Astral Express. But tell me, has there been progress on the new Herald of Death case? I wasn't expecting the question to come in rounds.
In rounds?
The Department of Aberration Defense also sent someone here before you. They inquired about Foolish. But regrettably, I truly don't know how to answer. On one hand, I wasn't here 15 years ago. On the other, she is still considered one of our school's distinguished alumni. I'm aware that you're involved in the investigation too. So, I compiled the pertinent documents ahead of time. I hope they'll be of use to you.
Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Ryusuke.
Go ahead. The files are inside the archive room. Take whatever materials you need.
Pas d'exosway.
To be honest, it wasn't until the Herald of Death incident 15 years ago that I first learned her name. As the Dean, I should have met up with her more often and tried harder to soothe the wounds it left on her. But I just couldn't.
Pourquoi?
Do you really need all the details? The whole serving as a model example thing. I don't want to tarnish it completely. I knew it was a selfish thought. But I just couldn't help it. Back then, whenever I heard her name, I thought to myself, if someone was able to survive the incident, then why couldn't it have been my daughter?
C'est vrai que... il y a 15 ans, vous...
15 years ago, I received a commission to paint a massive portrait for an elixir seeker chief on the planet of Goliath's Shepherd. They said he had an elixir that could cure countless diseases. By the time I came back, everything had changed. There had been a terrible accident on campus, and my daughter... Even though I knew my presence here wouldn't have changed anything. Because of that incident, I made a promise to never leave this world again during the Phantom Moon Games. That's why I immediately flew here when I heard about the full Phantom Moon. But, once again, I was too late. And the supplicant called Sparksy had turned the campus upside down.
It's all right. You can leave the crisis solving to the nameless.
You're right about that. Yet oddly, once Sparksy stirred up all that chaos, applications to the school soared to an all-time high. Times we live in are increasingly beyond my comprehension.
On ne pas plus longtemps dans ce cas.
You're always welcome. Other than the archive room, you could also try talking to Miss Dolly. She's the longest-serving faculty member here and likely knows the most.
Then we'll try the archive room. Let's go, you two. Thank you, Dad.
We should be able to find the archive room and Miss Dolly around the Imagenesis classroom.
Ah, il est plus là. Il a des pop. Ah non, il est là. Donc là, c'est Pearl. Hein. Ouais, clairement. Ah!
Oh my goodness, I thought I recognized you in the distance. Himiko, it really is you!
Miss Dolly, please forgive me for not coming to see you sooner. I've been back for a while now, but this is the first chance I've had to come see you.
Don't worry about it. I'm simply happy that you cared enough to visit. I must apologize about the mask you entrusted me. In the end...
Please, I can't thank you enough for safeguarding the mask all those years.
Look at you. You haven't changed a bit. Oh, you and your friends look like you're in a hurry. Is there something you need to attend to?
On est là pour vous poser quelques questions sur Exosway.
Foolish? The poor child who survived the Herald of Death. The school organized a fundraiser for her back then. I still remember how she bowed again and again with tears in her eyes at everyone who helped. Poor girl. Though she was lucky to have survived, her parents didn't make it. There were rumors flying around the school saying she had something to do with the Herald of Death. Otherwise, why would she be so lucky? She's the only one who survived. What a bunch of scoundrels. She had good grades and a good heart. And becoming famous, she often came back to visit the school and sponsored a number of scholarship projects.
Speaking of which, do you know anything about what happened to her after she graduated from school?
I heard she went somewhere beyond the sky to further her studies after graduation. She had the chance to work for the Interastral Peace Corporation, but chose to return home and take over CFL TV instead, which was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Somewhere beyond the sky. Miss Dolly, do you know where she went exactly?
I never heard. However, she pushed out many projects after taking over the TV station and managed to expand their business to the whole of Plain Arcadia in just a few years. That is all I know.
Thank you, Ms. Dolly, for your intel.
The fitness club's looking for new men.
Yet another cycle of the Phantom Moon Games. Himiko, please take care of yourself.
Ouais, les élèves dans le couloir.
I heard from the math teacher.
The new Herald of Death is real! They say he came back to life and was responsible for what happened in Dovebrook. He's not coming here to kill again. Is he? Maybe we should ask for leave and stay home until this blows over?
What are you, scared? If he really comes, I'm live streaming the whole thing and getting all the clout for it. Who needs leave after that? I'll just quit school altogether.
Qu'est-ce que vous savez sur les héros de la main rouge?
I heard he murdered hundreds of students here 15 years ago.
Hundreds? Really? I only heard that the crime scene still exists somewhere on campus. I don't feel too good about this. We should get out of here.
If we help the Express Gang, there's a chance we might get featured in The Fluffy.
You are seriously obsessed with becoming famous.
Voyons voir les archives.
The atmosphere in this archive room is giving me the creeps. It's so gloomy. Almost like we've stumbled into Fixtroll Garden.
It was like this 15 years ago as well. The archives tracked all academic results. Near the final exams, students dissatisfied with their abilities often poured their frustration into painting unsettling things. There's a lot of data stored here. Aside from what my father organized for us, let's explore the other areas as well. If possible, keep an eye out for clues regarding Full Wish's life after graduation. She returned to her alma mater frequently, so there must be records of her visits.
Ouais.
Dabbling in technology related to the abundance. Where exactly did she acquire it? Perhaps her past holds a clue.
Peut-être qu'elle a fait appel à... Je sais pas... La poupée de Sparkle. Peut-être qu'elle a fait appel, je sais pas. Peut-être qu'elle a fait venir quelqu'un en lien avec l'abondance. Nous avons se trouve un ordinateur sans doute plus âgé que vous, qui coule une retraite paisible sur ce bureau. Flashé Exosway. Vous avez figure de l'entrepreneuriat en visite au campus. Exosway s'assure sérieusement à la main des étudiants. Quand une retenue du discours témoignage de ces 3 étudiants.
There are so many press releases here.
On est filé jusqu'aux archives les plus anciennes.
The school's annual distinguished student register from 1982 to 1984? For 3 consecutive years, first place was always Foolish.
J'ai accident du héros de la mort. Vous avez correspondant à votre recherche. Page s'affiche brutalement en jetant ce texte noir se fond blanc en plein de figures.
The IPC has severed all channels of intel with its iron grip. Formal caution regarding a student's non-compliant hairstyle. Disciplinary action concerning a student's involvement in 3 food poisoning cases. Disciplinary notice for a student's involvement in a physical altercation.
Vraiment fascinant. Lisez avec un tel intérêt qu'il vous faut un moment avant d'en revenir à ce que pourquoi vous étiez là. Dans des entrées concernant les mécos se trouve un avis de nomination interne daté il y a 15 ans. Le document indique nouvelle assistante administrative à la cheveux rousse. Et la fille du directeur, sa santé est fragile, ne peut assumer de lourdes tâches. Veuillez lui confier aucune démission en dehors du secrétariat. Voilà pour l'instant.
I've looked through the catalog, and there are serious gaps in the data. After the incident, the Department of Aberration Defense must have confiscated a significant number of the school's archives and logs.
Ouais. La poupée de Sparkle!
Is this?
C'est possible que Sparky ait réitéré sa petite farce et c'est un cadeau pour vous sur le campus? Quête sur la poupée Sparkle. Puisqu'il y a un rassemblement nocturne non autorisé du fan club des fans de Sparky. La confiscation, objet confisqué, poupée Sparkle. La confiscation, 3 étudiants de 2e année et 5 étudiants de première année ont formé un club non autorisé appelé Club des fans de Sparky. On a organisé un rassemblement illégal de gymnastes tard dans la nuit. Le nom du club était de costumes extravagants, agiter des bâtons lumineux et scander à bas l'ancien modèle. Et Sparky net pour toujours, tout entourant la poupée. Le premier entretien a provoqué l'hospitalisation d'un professeur en patrouille nocturne après une crise d'épilepsie. Le traitement, stocké dans la salle des archives, a été situé lors de l'obtention du diplôme.
Did they really have to put this here?
Bon. Petite pause WC, juste, je reviens. Et oh. Heureux. Bon, la poupée Sparkle n'est évidemment pas un indice. Dans l'ombre du millénaire. March 7.
Open up! Detective March 7th is on the case. So spill the beans. How much do you know about what happened 15 years ago?
You've got the wrong guy, I swear. I'm just an innocent, cursed imagining. I can never move from the spot. I don't know anything. Ribbit. The dean ordered me to dig up whatever materials I could find for you all to read.
Oh. On peut pas voir ce qu'il y a derrière lui. Inspecter. Là, il y a toujours le truc des Vénétiens. La fille justement a apparu sur le tableau noir de la salle des archives. Vous vous souvenez avoir vu cette Vanessia, avec des oreilles comme des saules ondulant de la brise, des mi-clos comme des vagues d'automne prêtes à s'endormir, et cette rencontre fatidique. Souvenez aussi qu'elle vous a conduit par la main jusqu'à la cour fabulunaire, le car souvenez des fameux jeux fabulunaires. Ça se nommait la protagoniste. Ça signifie que vous êtes voué à visiter la cour à nouveau, ça se tient, non? Un œil au tableau des Vénétiens. Des jeunes filles aux cheveux roses dans le tableau, peintes avec un soin méticuleux, des couleurs délicates et une beauté éthérée. Elle se tourne légèrement sur le côté comme si une douce brise passait, laissant onduler doucement ses cheveux. Pour vous empêcher de vous mettre à sa place. Oh, vous avez bien pensé. Déplacement des pèlerins lors des jeux fabulaires. Sa stèle. Oh, vous pensez que cette adorable fille aux cheveux roses pense à vous? Elle est plongée dans ses rêves. Vous aussi, vous rêvez beaucoup. L'occasion se présente, pourquoi ne pas en parler avec les Vénétiens? Elles sont ravis de discuter avec vous. Allez, étudiante éternelle. L'étiquette de ce meuble indique album des anciens élèves. L'année et souhaite a obtenu son diplôme. On va avoir obtenu cette information quelque part. Je ne vos souvenirs. Enfin, un peu de déduction suffit à compenser les souvenirs manquants. Actuellement, alors 1999 du calendrier plan arcadien. La mort a eu lieu il y a 15 ans. En fait, je m'en suis toujours souvenu. Ben, il y a 15 ans, donc, je dirais 4. Deaso a obtenu son diplôme l'année... de la promotion de 84. Nous fêtons les autres promotions aussi. Là, par exemple, j'ai le visage jeune et souriant sur la photo. C'est presque réaliste de penser que ces personnes approchent maintenant de la quarantaine. Malheureusement, Deaso ne figure pas parmi ces personnes. La revue de cet album était un goût douteux, entre les costumes farfelus à la photo de groupe et ceux qui exhibent fièrement les créations imaginaires dites. Peut-être que l'école ne manquait pas de liberté. Heureusement, Deaso ne figure pas parmi ces personnes. C'est l'album de l'ancien élève de promotion 84. Première page, une photo de remise diplôme lugubre où personne ne sourit. Ces étudiants sont dispersés comme les dents d'une bouche édentée par l'âge. Ça paraît pas des vides que rien ne pourra jamais combler. Les anciens élèves de la promotion 1894 se trouvait une page dédiée à Deaso. Raison personnelle, Deaso. La naissance, adresse, rue Ville de Merchant, Arcadia, zone stellaire de la consternation. Contact. Destination post-diplôme. Institut des sciences cognitives, Véry d'étoiles des eaux dites botaniques. Hein? C'est une planète, ça? Ou un système? Mes intérêts courants préférés, le blanc. Mon rêve, le bord de mer. Animal préféré, hallucigénia. Profession rêvée, enseignant. Singe de caméra de classe. Le jour de la remise des diplômes est enfin arrivé, mais nombreux sont ceux qui ne sont jamais revenus. Si je ne m'étais pas éclipsé tôt ce jour-là, aurais-je pu faire quelque chose pour eux? Quand je regarde les sièges vides de notre classe, je me sens souvent capable d'avoir été impuissante. Deaso, as-tu ressenti la même chose? J'ai fini par accepter maintenant. Le passé est le passé. Ceux d'entre nous qui restent doivent prendre soin d'eux-mêmes. Je vais te dire que le climat sur la Véry d'étoiles des études botaniques est très différent. Pense de toi, Deaso. C'est une botanique. J'ai étudié les arbres de l'abondance. Je sais pas si c'est possible là-bas, mais bon. C'est la première place du concours d'imaginesse du campus. pour être en tête du classement pendant plusieurs semestres consécutifs. Tu as toujours été remarquable, Exaucé. Je crois sincèrement que tu peux surmonter ce cauchemar et montrer à tout plein Arcadia le sourire qu'on ne se laissera pas abattre par une simple tragédie. Je n'en ai jamais douté. Le chapitre de la vie est sur le point de commencer. Face à l'objectif de la vie, il faut continuer de sourire. Sarah. D'ailleurs, je dis souvent l'écrit de Sarah comme ça, alors que normalement Sarah c'est le carrage d'air. En plus. Bon. Ça, j'ai un enseignant. Je crois que tu vas bientôt quitter Plan Arcade pour suivre des études en sciences cognitives. Me plonge dans une profonde mélancolie. En tant qu'enseignant, je peux m'empêcher de penser que j'ai échoué à inspirer pour que tu restes dans l'industrie de l'imaginaise. Mais étant ton enseignant, je comprends parfaitement ton choix. Contribuer à former une chercheuse secrétaire pour la guide intelligente, ça me remplit d'une immense fierté. C'est sincèrement le meilleur, Exaucé. Tu réalises tes rêves avec la tristesse, s'aimer avec dans le passé, puis s'épanouir en fleurs de bonheur dans l'avenir. Hermien. Sage des parents laissés vides, évidemment.
Garden Star of Botanical Study. Cognitive Science Research. Miss Dolly mentioned that Foolish went beyond the sky to study after graduation. Turns out this is where she went. Let's go chat with the others.
Well, did you find anything?
Moi, je m'attends que le portrait d'Evanescia il commence à parler n'importe quand. Hein. Comme un tableau d'Harry Potter. Trouver ces indices. Mais que des indices qu'ils avaient découverts dans l'album des anciens élèves.
Garden Star of Botanical Study? It appears to be a greenhouse world located within the Consternation Star Zone. Ah, found it. Its property ownership is registered under a specific school within the Intelligentsia Guild. Strange. The name of the school is encrypted. I've heard conspiracy theories claiming the Herald of Death from 15 years ago was actually someone from the IPC. Given the great lengths the IPC went to in wiping away all traces after the incident, perhaps the rumors are true.
Foolish was hurt by the Herald of Death. Yet after studying in an institution funded by the IPC, she became a suspect in the new Herald of Death incident.
Bon, on sait déjà qu'il y avait des moyens, qu'il y avait des collusions entre que des parties de la guide des Intelligence avaient mené des recherches sur l'abondance. Par exemple, les Bourriciens robots, là. C'est leur œuvre, si je me trompe pas. C'est-à-dire qu'Exaucé a maîtrisé la technologie d'abondance?
You mean she created the happiness surgery after studying on that greenhouse world?
It's certainly possible, but the information is still too vague to make any judgments. I'm more inclined to think that after witnessing the power of the Herald of Death, she resolved to uncover the truth behind it. That's why she went to another world to study after graduation. But is the knowledge she gained in just a few short years enough to create the happiness surgery? If the power of the abundance used in the happiness surgery stems from the Herald of Death's lingering poison, would the IPC, who have tried to hide this in every way possible, really be unaware of her actions? There are too many things here that an ordinary scholar simply couldn't achieve. Perhaps I should contact her as a fellow alumna and have an open, honest talk.
Contact Foolish as her senior? After all this time, would she even want to see you?
I don't know.
Vous dire comment elle était à l'époque?
Back then, I had taken a leave of absence from university due to health issues. So I was doing some idle work at my father's school to clear my mind. Fullwish would occasionally run to the library to slack off. She and Belle always appeared together, helping me organize newspaper clippings and library cards, all while chattering on about classmates' crushes and the latest gossip. They didn't treat me like a patient who needed special care, nor did they treat me like the dean's daughter. We often shared snacks brought from home and secretly dug out the school's collection of ancient books and paintings to admire them. Fullwish, she was the model student, always knowing a little more than everyone else. Her questions often went beyond the textbooks, pushing past the boundaries of what someone her age should know. When she looked through those illustrations of Imagine, her eyes would always sparkle. I could feel the passion in her eyes, and an unspeakable sense of loneliness. If she still remembers our old friendship, she will meet me. Fullwish is walking a dangerous path right now, and the deeper someone walks into the abyss, the more they crave the recognition and understanding of old friends. I want to ask her myself, why has the happiness she pursues become an illusion that can only be maintained by a taboo surgery?
Je vous protégerai.
Me too.
Thank you, you too.
Donc on va aller à Merchant pour cette rencontre, c'est ça? Ça me paraît logique.
And thank you for your investigation. Though many questions remain unanswered, at least I now have a clearer picture of her movements after graduation. By the way, before we leave the school, there's one more place I'd like to visit. Before I meet Fullwish, I want to say goodbye to that memory from 15 years ago.
You mean that old school building from 15 years ago?
We have all the clues we need, and the culprit is me.
Bon, ça m'intéresse plus ça. Je pense qu'on va pouvoir y aller, hein. Il y a Madame Poupette qui s'enfuit toujours encore. On tombe dans le miroir. Madame Poupée qui se téléporte. Bon. On va aller là-bas. Je pense qu'on peut... Donc juste avant qu'on aille voir Exaucé, on va couper.
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't finish tidying up the ribbons, and now I've dragged you into staying this late.
Don't worry about it, Belle. It was my turn on duty today anyway.
Himeko? Is this?
Yes. In this imaginated classroom, the after images of the students from 15 years ago still linger in their original places.
Tomorrow is the school anniversary. I wonder how lively it will be. They've invited parents here. Will your parents be coming? Oh, Fullwish?
wish from her youth.
Yeah, Dad already took time off. By now he's probably out on the streets with Mom, picking out formal wear. If it's my daughter's performance, we have to dress to the nines. That's just like him. He always loves making those kinds of jokes.
Then you'd better put on a good show, huh?
There won't be a show anymore, Belle. Because unexpected guests have arrived. Everyone from the Astral Express and Himiko. I didn't expect to meet you here. Did you enjoy yourselves at Star Rail Fest? Did you grant those smiling kids their wishes and bring joy to everyone? Full wish. Himiko, you recognized me at just a glance.
Et cette musique douce, mais avec quelque chose de creepy en arrière-fond. Exaucé.
I thought Himiko was at school like the rest of us that day. When I saw Belle lying in a pool of blood, when I was crushed under the collapsed wall and unable to breathe, the thought crossed my mind. Poor Himiko. If you had met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours. But who would have guessed? You're alive and living quite well. You became the navigator of the Astral Express, roaming freely beyond the sky, just like the three of us used to talk about in our chats. Your congratulations are in order. Himiko, do you know 15 years have passed? And my wounds have mostly healed. Regrettably, there are some scars and emptiness that time can never heal. Look around. Even here, even with these phantoms, their seats are still empty. Belle, Leon, Ziania, Mia, and so many others. 15 years have passed, and I've learned that time isn't a cure. It's a shroud, binding itself around me, layer upon layer. So I made a decision. I'm going to tear it open. I'm going to let everything bloody and unforgettable beneath it see the light of day again.
See the light of day? You were a victim of the Herald of Death, only to become the second Herald of Death yourself? You intend to use a power you can't possibly comprehend to win the Phantasmoon games. How are you any different from that monster back then? From the monster that took your parents' lives? I'm sorry. I shouldn't compare you to that devil. You still have a chance. Stop this now.
Stop? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you're saying.
C'est bien ce que je pensais, Anna, de mettre à part.
I would advise everyone to think twice before making rash accusations. As a media professional, let me give you a piece of advice. From now on, when you're in front of a camera lens, watch your expressions and be cautious with your words and actions. At the very least, try not to look so flustered during this public exchange. We live in a world where we are constantly gazed upon and watched by others. This camera crew was originally prepared for my upcoming speech, but meeting you all here, it really adds a wonderful dramatic flair. To the audience watching from your screens, you know my name, and I know that right now, you are watching me. 15 years ago, with the tacit approval of the IPC and the Arcadia Council, the Master of Elation's divine ritual degenerated into a barbaric, bloody game. You and I, the residents of this Arcadia, surrendered a lifetime of dignity, wealth, and time to them, all in exchange for a single full meal. We are surrounded by bizarre entertainment and stimulating gore. We soak all day in shallow, boring programs, achieving nothing. And now, we must live in fear of the unscrupulous atrocities of these supplicants from beyond the sky, forcing smiles as we applaud and cheer for them. Is this the happiness the god promised us? No! Absolutely not! The Master of Elation would never be deceived by miracles, but with pain and blood. What they desire to see are heartfelt smiles. And so, they granted me a revelation. Everyone, on that evening 15 years ago, what saved me was not luck. It was not the supplicants. And it was certainly not the IPC. Right here, as the Herald of Death approached, step by step, the one who sent down a miracle was the Master of Elation. They allowed me to escape with my life. And when I was trapped in a small room, consumed by loneliness, they sent me a mask. They revealed my mission to me. To bring happiness back to a plain Arcadia that has lost its smile. I, Fullwish, survivor of the Bloodstained Games, hereby formally announce that I will join the Phantasmoon Games! In this game, I shall win the Eon of Elation's authority. And then, I will make smiles of happiness bloom on the faces of every single person in plain Arcadia! Himiko, don't frown. Smile. I will bring happiness to you too, just as I will bring it to everyone. I won't manipulate the Phantasmoon Games like those high and mighty IPC executives. Nor will I treat the rewards granted by the God of Elation as bargaining chips for profit. We are in plain Arcadia, so we should decide the winner in a plain Arcadian way. I'll give you a stage if that's what you want. I invite you all to a televised debate at Fullwish TV in Seafeld City. The invitation extends to all supplicants.
A plain Arcadian way? That's just a way that benefits you. We're not going.
You can refuse, of course, but then, under the gaze of billions of viewers, you must accept your public image as frauds deceiving the world and cowards with guilty consciences. Remember, this isn't just an invitation. It is your only chance to defeat me in front of everyone. Since... The stage is set. Come and perform this final act that will determine the future of the Arcadia with me. Or simply leave. The choice is yours.
Oh, je vois déjà un combat grandiose.
Are we just going to let Fullwish walk away?
We are right in the middle of the cameras she prepared. Remember to be cautious with your words and actions. Let's leave here and return to the Express.
Ça va être nana.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Arcadian Morning Report. We're continuing our exclusive coverage. Just moments ago, we received some shocking news. The head of our station, Lady Foolish, has officially announced that she will be entering the Phantom Moon Games as a supplicant.
At the same time, Lady Foolish has announced a blockbuster special! The end of a century TV debate! She is inviting supplicants to the Foolish TV studio to discuss and debate the topic, what kind of future will the Phantom Moon Games bring to this world?
What a magnificent topic! At a time when supplicants from beyond the sky are brazenly suppressing and insulting our local heroes, finally, a supplicant has appeared who truly cares about and represents the citizens of Plain Arcadia.
Too true! Ever since these Phantom Moon Games began, signs of things spiraling out of control have been popping up everywhere. First, the famous streamer Sparksy tried to spread a memetic virus. Then the nameless of the Astral Express clashed with the Daybreak Squadron, causing severe damage to Lookout Cloud and the Skyline Express line.
With so many accidents happening, you really can't help but wonder, are we seeing a repeat of the Bloodstained games from 15 years ago?
You got that right! Speaking of the Bloodstained games 15 years ago, Miss Foolish herself was a survivor of that tragedy. She's come such a long way, never once letting her painful past keep her down. A true legend of resilience. Now Miss Foolish has joined the fray as a supplicant. She must be here to stop the tragedy from repeating itself and to reclaim the peaceful days this world deserves from the hands of supplicants from beyond the sky.
Will she be able to shoulder the wishes of all Plain Arcadia and set this game right again after off control? Let's wait and see.
Ils vont tellement se faire baiser.
So shameless. Reporting news about your own station director on your own TV station? And you still have the gall to pretend you've received some shocking news? Don't you guys talk to each other internally?
I see. Full Wish actively issued a challenge. I ran a search. Seafeld City is a port town neighboring Duo-Mention City. Full Wish TV's predecessor, Seafeld TV, is located there. Looking at it this way, the televised debate is obviously nothing more than a diversion. What Full Wish wants most is for us to walk right into the trap she's prepared. So, what do you think?
J'accepte son défi.
You're really going to the TV station to fight her?
Bah oui, bah c'est le seul moyen de renverser les. Faut être audacieux pour renverser la situation. Hein. Qu'est-ce qu'il veut qu'on fasse d'autre, Marc? On va aller là-bas. Et on va faire un grand discours. Putain, mais. En fait, on va faire ça va être la même que lorsqu'on a fait le discours contre comment il s'appelait, contre Sunday, juste avant le festival au diapason. Je suis sûr qu'on va faire un grand débat et Aha va nous regarder et ça va renverser la situation.
I'll go, but not to debate. I'm going to tear off her mask of happiness in front of the entire audience. But before we act, I need more help.
Help? We can all help you. Wait, do you mean...
Sparksy.
Ever since Sunday was dragged into the Phantom Moon Games by Yao Guang, he hasn't returned for days. However, I haven't heard of him making any public appearances either. Asking him to cooperate as a wildcard right now is a good idea.
But what's the deal with finding Sparksy?
Whether Sparksy counts as our ally is a massive question mark. But right now, there is indeed something we need her help with. Full Wish said that when loneliness trapped her in that small room, the Master of Elation sent her a mask.
Faisons partie des fous masqués?
Correct. If every fool has stepped into the tavern before, then there must be traces hidden there left by Fullwish as a fool. Just like
how we tracked down the clues about SparksyCon.
Sparksy. Will she stand on our side? Well, this is certainly a condition she wouldn't be able to turn down.
Ah, tout du point de vue d'Evanessia. Pendant que c'était poursuivi l'enquête à l'école, Evanessia et Aogon arrivent à Merchant. Quelle surprise! Il n'y a pas si longtemps dans la cour fabulinaire.
You just said, as for the brewing storm, whether the turmoil once again is the result of the laughter's mischief. What exactly was that supposed to mean? You mean to say the Joy Seeker wants to destroy the very rules they laid down, the game they wove with their own hand?
Come over here. This fox mask is a ritual instrument I once used in dance and music. It accompanied me across vast distances in search of an elixir of immortality, a mark of who I was in life. I've lost count of how long it has been since I last wore it since being enlightened and transplanted here. But here it is, presented upon the altar again, which means...
As the game's referee, you've been pushed onto the field. In this moment, you are now a supplicant.
For over a century, I presided over a war game in which supplicants carved out their own territories and vied for supremacy, using the power of the masks. I've also hosted survival games where emanators took the stage to compete, invoking eonic powers to try and slaughter every last opponent in a single day. Whenever the Phantasmoon games are at risk of being suspended or disrupted, I will use the authority granted by the elation and the abundance to measure, judge, and punish any violators. I guess you could call me the security protocol for the Phantasmoon games. But now, someone has gone and designated me as a supplicant. It's utterly unheard of. Who else but the laughter could pull off something like this?
Perhaps. Some entity harboring a deep-seated hatred for the laughter.
Who could it be? Entities like that. I couldn't count them all even if I used my toes. I learned that jerk ages ago. Take a joke too far, and you're bound to make enemies. See? Instant karma.
Never mind who he is, or what he's after. We're here, now. So what do you plan on doing? Fortune rests upon misfortune, and misfortune gives rise to fortune. Becoming a supplicant isn't necessarily a bad thing. Wouldn't that allow you to step openly into this chaos and drag the puppet master into the light?
You're looking to team up with me? Team up with someone from the abominations of abundance that you Cianjo people despise?
That's hardly appropriate. You're an ancient sacred tree. It's the furthest thing from an abomination of abundance. No?
Oh, your standards are certainly flexible. The hunt and the abundance. We really make quite the interesting pair. So, where do you plan on starting?
How about we start by freeing my friend in the tree?
I nearly forgot about that. Chip away, little bird. I'll allow it.
General Yao Guang and Miss Fox, I've received some news that might interest you.
A happiness surgery that wipes away suffering. The power of abundance in this world is disgustingly excessive. It seems the most terrifying omen I foresaw may not originate from the Stellaron hunters, nor from plain Arcadia itself. This supplicant, called Full Wish, is also a dangerous variable.
Donc ce masque, c'était confirmé par la DDA, donc le département de défense contre les aberrations, comme étant celui utilisé par comment dire, par l'escadron Aurora. Mais les 4, je pense pas, mais les 3 étaient des pèlerins qui étaient pèlerins à travers ce masque. Donc je pense qu'il y a plus moyen que tous les gens qui ont fait la chirurgie du bonheur soient plus ou moins des pèlerins qui transitent, dont le pouvoir transite à travers ce masque.
If you can, I would ask that you direct your focus toward Seafeld City.
You want to take a trip to Seafeld City? It seems I'll have to use some special measures to shorten the journey.
Oh, this is the part I've been looking forward to the most. I've always been curious where exactly this secret court is located, and what it connects to.
Xianzhou lady, let me show you this world's most impressive method of travel.
Attention. Il se passe des choses. Il semblerait qu'effectivement que quelqu'un manipule le truc derrière. Hein. Quelqu'un de très très puissant. Donc il se peut effectivement que l'annonce de la lune soit fake. Hein.
Here we are.
Ah, le train.
Already. Wait. Why are we at this station?
Because naturally, we're taking the express to get where we're going.
All that build-up, and this is your idea of an impressive method of travel?
Well, what else? That's why I said you've definitely never seen this before. It's the Bulletworm Express. I bet you've never taken a ride on this.
You're the arbitrator of the Phantom Moon games. You're crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way of getting around?
You're a great general of the Xianzhou for crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way to get around?
Fine, fine. For the first time in my life, I finally know what it feels like to be a fool.
The train bound for Seafeld City is arriving at the station.
Hey, you got any money on you? Spot me a ticket, would ya?
C'est vrai qu'elle a pas d'argent.
That's the second.
Elle nous regarde droit dans les yeux. Là, elle ressent ce que c'est que de ressent la même chose que la voyageuse quand Morax n'avait pas d'argent. Bon, chemin pittoresque vers le travail. Bon. Je dirais que on va donc poser là-dessus. Hein. Il n'est pas un moyen plus cool de se déplacer, prendre le train pour sauver le monde. Allez. Voilà. Ok, Vanessa est donc devenue pèlerine. Bon, ça résout le mystère du dernier masque. Le chat imaginaire, c'est le chef de gare. Bon. Je regarde un peu là-haut. Bon. Bon, bref. Allez, un merchant et continuer l'aventure. Ce sera donc demain. Chers amis, on va s'arrêter là. Ça me paraît être le bon moment avant de nous lancer dans la partie importante. On va en profiter d'ailleurs avant de nous laisser pour améliorer l'œuf d'argent.
Gaming is a full-time pursuit.
Oui, c'est un peu ma vie en ce moment. Malheureusement.
Maxed out. Time for the endgame.
Hop, traces. Je peux normalement terminer les traces. Pour...
Stop worrying about the stats. Have some fun.
Hop, 8, c'est bon. Hop, attaque normale au niveau max. Ben voilà. Et pour les reliques, on est plus ou moins bon aussi. Ça, on a vu déjà la dernière fois. Oh, c'est tout doux à travers les cieux. Vas-y, remonte. Arrêtez pas dessus son épaule. On attend. Oh, il y a un éthéré avec un nœud pape. Bon. Il y a une renarde qui nous fait attendre.
Truth and lies are a hair's breadth apart. Only the heart can judge.
C'est une règle. Ah, son épée. Ah, elle a une épée, c'est une règle. C'est une règle d'école. Ouais. Ah, c'est le... C'est la scène où elle arrive avec la fabuline. Ok, je vois. C'était dans la 4.0. Hop. Bon. Non, impossible d'afficher les informations détaillées. Quel enfer. Il reste que 3 persos à build. Plus Juan May. C'est vrai qu'on a récupéré. Et nous n'avons pas fait de building.
Research is progressing at astronomical speeds.
Bien. Putain. Toujours le rhume. Hein. Enfin non, c'est même pas un rhume. Hein. On est à 34.
Research is progressing at astronomical speeds.
Vous avez peut-être vu que j'avais rien hein, lorsqu'on a commencé à live ce soir. C'est parce que j'ai fait un petit farming de derrière les fagots pendant la pause.
Research is progressing at astronomical speeds.
On est au niveau 70, c'est parfait ça. Je tose un coup d'œil. Bon, déjà. Hop. honkaistarrail. Juan May, glace. Bon. Voyons voir. Mémoire du passé, souvenir du passé. Celui-là donc. c'est celui-là. Hein. On a si peu. Je pense que ce sera le prochain personnage qu'on va build. Hein. De toute façon, ça m'a l'air celui seul qui est. Voilà, il est devant. On a le personnage quantique, puis le personnage glace, qu'il n'y en a pas d'autres. Ouais, je pense que donc d'ici qu'on a l'ouvre d'argent, on va farmer One May. On va farmer un de eux. Peut-être Scylla, c'est ce qu'on avait voulu. Mais bon. On va peut-être plus Jade, vu que c'est un personnage plus récent. La question est, est-ce qu'on va faire de l'élévation? Oui, non, pas l'élévation. Cône de lumière renforcée. Oh, l'image avec Bronia et Cocolia, là. De toute façon, il faudrait aussi voir d'acheter un premier cône de lumière 5 étoiles. Pour un perso pour éventuellement l'équiper. Trace. Que des matériaux universels à utiliser surtout.
Every breath one takes is a perception of the self.
On a vraiment tout utilisé. Jusqu'à la dernière goutte. Mais c'est pas forcément quelque chose de mauvais.
Every breath one takes is a perception of the self.
Après, le grand mystère, c'est est-ce qu'on aura... Est-ce qu'on pourra rapidement faire terminer One May? Ça dépendra surtout des reliques. Hein. Niveau 8. On a encore 400. 400 avec l'arme des rêves. Et l'arme des armes, de toute façon, on en a plus qu'assez. Bon, on pourra pas aujourd'hui, en tout cas, terminer de mettre de faire l'élévation de niveau 6. Mais... Bon, voyons voir. Qu'est-ce qui est recommandé ici sur genshin.gg? Ouais, c'est bien ça. Bon. Ici, nous avons messager de hackerspace et... Oh. Voleur de météorites filantes. Ici, nous avons la vie sur One Wack, effectivement. C'est bien les trucs qui sont recommandés, même là. Bon, ensuite... pour le corps, Peu importe. C'est vrai que de temps en temps, il y a ça. Rarement, mais... Ouais. Vitesse. Pourcentage de PV. Oui, il y a aussi marqué peu importe. Vous pouvez utiliser même... Vu que c'est peu importe, utilisons ce qui est recommandé par la communauté. Hein. Et là... Recharge d'énergie. Il y a des sous-stats. L'effet de rupture, ouais, c'est ce qui est recommandé. Vitesse et résistance aux effets. Il y a marqué peu importe pour la suite. Rajoute donc résistance aux effets, mais en vrai, je pense que c'est pas le truc le plus important. Il y a quelques 2 sous-stats à mettre prendre en compte. Mettons ça. Voilà, 2. Ouais, non, ça manque un peu de trucs. Hein. Ouais, on va prendre celui-là. Ça a l'air pas mal. Oh là, de météorite filante, ça c'est bon. Là, on est occupé. Là, il y a la naissance de One-Wack. Bon, mettre 0. Tout effacé. Bon, bah on sait ce qu'il nous reste à faire. Hein. Les amis, hein. Il nous reste à farmer certains trucs. Et voilà. Changer l'objectif d'amélioration. Annuler. Et... Madame One May, où êtes-vous? Elle est là. Hop là. Bon.
Truth and lies are a hair's breadth apart. Only the heart can judge.
Ça a l'air un peu ridicule. Hein. Mais bon, c'est la gardienne d'un des plus grands jeux de l'allégresse. Hein. On va pas se le cacher que de toute façon, le fait que ce soit bizarre, c'est normal. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres choses? Non, je pense pas. Donc, on va pouvoir se laisser. On va juste changer encore ça. Changer d'affectation. Hop. Voilà. On va commencer à récupérer quelques matériaux là-dessus. Voilà. Bon, chers amis. Je vous souhaite donc à toutes et à tous une agréable soirée. N'hésitez pas à laisser un pouce bleu, à vous abonner, à commenter cet épisode. Et je vous souhaite donc à toutes et à tous une bonne soirée. Je vous dis au revoir et à bientôt pour la suite. Ciao, bye bye.
Truth and lies are a hair's breadth apart. Only the heart can judge.